The middle of Season 1 is coming up quick, and alongside the Human Torch and the Thing, we have a bunch of hero adjustments. You can expect maintenance on February 21st, starting at 1 AM Pacific time, and it's estimated to last around 3 hours. Let's go ahead and dive into the hero adjustments. Starting off with Captain America, he's now going to be able to shield himself with Living Legend mid-leap. They're also increasing Vibranium Energy Saw's projectile speed from 60 meters a second to 80 meters a second, and the ricochets are going to ramp up from 100 meters a second to a supercharged 150 meters a second. They're also reducing the energy cost of Freedom Charge, his ultimate ability, from 3100 to 2800. And they're also enhancing Captain America's combat experience by separating Sentinel Strike from melee attacks. Captain America will be able to use melee attacks while his shield is thrown, or during the team-up ability Charged Aegis to activate the first 2 hits of Sentinel Strike. Additionally, while airborne, using melee attacks will no longer trigger the Super Soldier Slam ability. Next up we have Doctor Strange, and he's getting a nerf in his health. He's going down from 650 to 600. For Groot, they're increasing the Thornlash wall placement range from 15 meters to 18 meters. For Magneto, they're increasing Iron Volley projectile damage from 35 to 40, and then they're also increasing the Metallic Curtain's energy consumption from 50 a second to 65 a second, and they're reducing its maximum duration from 2 seconds to 1.5 seconds. So his shield's getting a nerf, but his damage is getting a buff. Up next we have Thor. They're removing the shared cooldown time after the duration of Awakening Rune ends. Venom's getting some nice buffs. They're adjusting the knockback effect of Frenzied Arrival from vertical to inward with an inward knockback angle of 75 degrees, and then they're reducing the energy cost of his ultimate ability from 2800 to 2500. Black Widow is getting a much needed buff. They're increasing her magazine capacity from 8 to 15, and then her ultimate is getting a buff as well. They're enhancing the slow effect from 80% to 55%, and additionally it will apply a 15% vulnerability effect to hit enemies for 4 seconds. Hawkeye's also getting some adjustments. They're increasing his base health from 250 to 275, and they're reducing the projectile damage of his blast arrow from 20 to 15, while the spell field damage will be increased from 25 to 32. And then he'll be getting his slash more frequently, going down from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. And then for his ultimate, he's going to have faster bow draw speed, and the damage multiplier is being increased from 1.2 to 1.35. And then Hela's damage fall off. At 30 meters, it will be changed from 70% to 80%. Iron Fist got quite a few adjustments. First off, his Jeet Kune Do got some damage tweaks. Most hits deal slightly less damage. And then his Yacht Ji Chun Quen punches got cut in half from 19 to 10, but now they deal an extra hit, scaling off 1.7% of the enemy's max health. So it's less raw damage, but better against tanky targets. His defenses got beefier too. Harmony Recovery now gives 150 bonus health instead of 50, but it decays after a second. And then Dragon's Defense now converts more block damage into bonus health, jumping from 150 to 200. And overall, he's just tankier. They're increasing his base health from 250 to 300. Iron Man's getting a little bit of a buff. They're increasing his Unibeam damage from 120 a second to 140 a second, and then the overdrive damage from 180 a second to 190 a second. For Magik, they're decreasing the damage dealt by Demon's Rage from 80 a second to 72 a second. And then they're also reducing the energy cost of her ultimate from 3700 to 3400. For Mr. Fantastic, they're increasing the spell field radius after landing from flexible elongation from 2.5 meters to 5 meters. Additionally, flexible elongation will now feature a knockback effect, launching enemies outward within the area upon landing. The recharge time for a single use of flexible elongation will be adjusted from 8 seconds to 10 seconds. They're also increasing the damage of his ultimate ability spell from 50 to 70, and they're increasing the energy cost from 2800 to 3400. So more damage, but he'll get it less often. Additionally, they're adding a new damage decay mechanism. Spellfield damage will begin to decrease starting at 3 meters and will reach a maximum reduction of 50 at 10 meters. Moon Knight's ultimate is getting some adjustments. They're going to reduce the Talon's falling speed, and then they're also correcting the damage trigger logic. The previous mechanism that dealt 75 damage when positioned at the center of the spell field has been removed, and they're increasing the damage of each hit from 75 to 150. Scarlet Witch is getting some more health in her ultimate ability. She'll be getting 100 bonus health upon activating her ultimate, and after the ability ends or is interrupted, the bonus health will decay at a rate of 50 a second. Spider-Man is getting a slight buff. They're reducing the web cluster energize time from 3 seconds to 2.5 seconds. Star-Lord's mobility is getting a little bit of a buff. His rocket propulsion's maximum energy has been increased from 1200 to 1800. Storm is getting some nerfs. The damage fall off of Windblade at 30 meters will be changed from 70% to 60%. Then they're also reducing Storm's damage increase from Thunder during weather control from 16% to 12%. However, the damage increase for allies within that range has been increased from 8% to 10%. And then they're also reducing Storm's damage increase from Enhanced Thunder during weather control from 30% to 25%. For our strategists, for Adam Warlock, they're increasing the damage of Quantum Magic from 55 to 60. Additionally, the damage fall off at 40 meters will be changed from 50% to 60%. And they're also increasing the healing amount provided by Soul Bond to linked allies from 10 a second to 15 a second. For Cloak and Dagger, they're increasing the energy cost for her ultimate from 3,400 to 4,000. And then the healing amount of each segment will be increased from 220 a second to 250 a second, but the duration will be reduced from 10 seconds to 8 seconds. And then the pause time between segments decreased from 1 second to 0.67 seconds. Now the healing effect from each segment will not stack. When overlapping, only one healing effect is applied. Additionally, camera control is unlocked during the activation of their ultimate. They're also increasing the vulnerability inflicted on enemies by Terror Cape from 20% to 28%. For Invisible Woman, they're just increasing the energy cost of her ultimate from 4,000 to 4,300. Loki's ultimate ability is also getting an increase in the energy cost from 3,400 to 4,000, but he is getting an increase in his magazine size from 10 to 12. It's also going to take Luna Snow longer to get her ultimate as well, with the energy cost going from 4,000 to 4,500. Moving on to team-up abilities. For Luna Snow, they're increasing the healing amount of Frozen Chi from 50 to 75, and the slow effect on enemies from 20% to 30%. And then we have Dimensional Shortcut for Black Panther and Psylocke. They're reducing the rewind time for Psionic Disc and Wakandan Master from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. And additionally, the conversion ratio of lost health to blue armor will be increased from 0.5 to 0.8. The Gamma Charge team-up is finally getting a nerf. They're reducing the Unibeam damage from 220 a second to 200 second. And then they're reducing Hulk's team-up anchor health bonus from 150 to 100. Up next, Lunar Force. They're going to be enhancing Moon Knight's survivability after using the team-up ability. He will now receive 25 health per second while within the effect area. And finally, we have Symbiote Bond. They're going to be reducing Spider-Man's suit explosion duration from 4 seconds to 1 second, and replacing the 50% damage reduction effect with a new invincibility effect during the duration. Additionally, they're going to be reducing Penny Parker's armor explosion duration from 4 seconds to 2 seconds, and they're going to be doing the same thing of replacing the 50% damage reduction effect with a new invincibility effect during the duration. That's all the hero changes coming with this mid-season patch on February the 21st. Let me know down in the comments what change you're most excited for, and as always, with great power comes great responsibility, and yours is to hit that like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one.